Hello there, and welcome to the WFS Financial Situation webcast. I'm Randy Warren, Chief Investment Officer for Warren Financial, and the goal of this show, the Financial Situation, is to inform you and to have fun doing it. It doesn't have to be boring in order to be genuine, detailed, and thorough.
And I'm Troy Logan, Managing Director of Warren Financial Service. Now, prior to the 2008 meltdown, there were plenty of pundits who would happily share their sayings with us. Such quip says, don't time the market, you can't beat the market, whatever your age is, have that percent in bonds and the remainder in stocks. Diversify, diversify, diversify. Keep a little cash for a rainy day. And my all-time favorite, don't sell. Buy and hold, but whatever you do, don't sell. Warren Financial Service is here to enlighten you to a whole new reality for investing. Today we'll cover the first new rule for investing in the new generation. Okay, Randy, I've heard you say before that buy and hold is dead, but what do you mean by that?
Well, the pundits tell you to buy and hold. They say good things like don't panic, and that's pretty good advice, don't panic. But have you ever considered that if you're not panicking and you're not selling, then who's doing all the selling? If you think back to the tragedy after September 11th, 2001, and the market was then closed for 6 straight days. And CNBC brought in one pundit after another, trot in front of the TV, and they all said the same thing. Don't sell, don't sell, don't sell. They even said it was un-American to sell. Then on the 7th day, the market opened up, and what happened? Everybody sold. The market went down 700 points. Now we know it's not mom and pop that's doing that because they don't have the powerful amounts of money to move the market around like that. It's the hedge funds, it's the mutual funds, the private equity guys, those multi-billion-dollar funds that are moving the market like that. But they're the ones that are telling us not to sell. And here they are probably being the very same ones that are doing all the selling.
Okay, but Randy, those same pundits and experts, aren't they the same ones that tell us you can't time the market?
Well, I guess I would say that timing is everything. If you think about the analogy to sports, timing is critical. And I would say the same thing is true in the financial world. For example, if you buy a stock on a certain day, you might get a good deal. On the other hand, if you wait a day, a week, a month, maybe not such a good deal. And on the flip side, if you think about, selling the stock market, think back to 2008 in October. If you sold on October 1, you made a good decision. You saved yourself a 21% loss over the next 8 days. By October 9th, you would have lost 21%. So selling would have saved you that much.
Okay, but what happened after that? I mean, if you get out of the market after that 21% loss, didn't the market bounce back?
Sure. There was a little bit of a bounce in the market, but no, it really didn't bounce back. What happened was the market continued to go down, and it slid for the next 5 months. Over the next 5 months, it lost an additional 25%.
Okay, so selling at that low would have actually saved you another 25%.
That's right.
Some would have called that panic selling. But is that possible? Can you do that at the worst point in the crisis?
Well, we're not advocating panicking here, but we are advocating taking some action.
Okay, but what about buy and hold then? And if not buy and hold, what is the new strategy?
Well, the buy and hold strategy essentially convinces you to do nothing, and we don't think that's the best idea. There's another way. It's called Tactical Asset Allocation. What it means is, under normal circumstances, you might allocate your portfolio, say, 50% in stocks, 20% in bonds, you've got a little bit of gold, some oil, maybe some international stocks in that portfolio. But when the crisis comes, you need to take some action and reallocate your portfolio. You reduce your stock holdings from 50%, maybe down to 10%, and you increase your bond portfolio from 20% to 50%, and you add a little bit more gold, those sorts of things. You maintain your crisis allocation all the way through the crisis because, as we saw, the market can lose even more after the crisis unfolds. So you maintain it until it's time to get back to normal investing.
Okay, so that sounds really appealing, and I'm sure many of us would have liked to be out of stocks in 2008 and 2009 at the beginning. But doesn't that strategy require a crystal ball? Don't you need to tell what the future is going to be in order to do that?
Not really. Rather than guessing, what we prefer to do is to react to the market. Leading up to October 2008, you probably saw the storm clouds gathering. We had basically a year of the market trending down, and things were getting ugly, and the storm clouds were gathering. And if you listened to the buy and hold guys, you were convinced to do nothing, and the storm came, and your portfolio got struck by lightning.
Now, that buy and hold strategy, or the flaw in it, really came home hard in 2008. A lot of the clients that we signed, we looked at their portfolios and they were down in 2008 30-40%, and then through '09 as much as 50%. So those clients lost one half of their portfolio by sticking with that buy and hold strategy. So, okay, if the market lost that much, how did Warren Financial do with this tactical asset allocation method?
Well, those clients, their advisor told them to do nothing, and they lost that 50%. But at Warren Financial, if you aggregate all of our portfolios and you put them together, you basically have about a 17% loss. And thus far in 2009, we're actually up a few points.
That is phenomenal. So if you can contrast that 17% loss at Warren versus the market average between 33 and 38%, our clients preserved a lot of capital.
Exactly.
So to sum it up, at Warren Financial, we have indicators that we monitor and that tell us when we're in a bull market or a bear market. And in a bear market, we're going to preserve capital. We're going to get out of the way. In a bull market, we're going to deploy capital where appropriate.
That's right. So exactly. And by doing this, we were able to save our clients a whole lot of money last year. So that's kind of the end of our discussion on the buy and hold and how tactical asset allocation could save you a whole lot of money. We'd like to thank you for joining the podcast for Warren Financial. And if you want to be a client of Warren Financial, just give us a call, 610-363-2000. Make a no-obligation free appointment. Come in, get some free advice. It's a good time. Thanks.
Great, thank you.